South Africa's teams have been impressive lately on the international sporting stage, from Bayanda Walaza to Bradley Nkwana in athletics. Danelia Price-Hughes in rowing was not to be left out at the end of August. She won silver at the junior women's single scull event at the 2024 World Rowing Championships in Canada. It's the first time a South African woman has won silver at the competition since 2017. She joins us now. Very good evening and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having me.
So tell us how you feel now, 2 weeks since, or just under 2 weeks since securing the silver medal.
It was definitely like a life-changing experience. It was really awesome, and I had to jump straight back into high school prelims. So right now, I think my mind's been taken away. But I think as soon as these exams are done, I'm definitely going to go and celebrate with my family and everything. So it was really an awesome experience. So I'm feeling really good about it.
How difficult is it to be able to balance school, especially in such an important year like your matric year, and all the training that's required to perform in rowing? Rowing's an incredibly difficult, time-consuming sport in order to prepare yourself, but you also didn't have other people in your boat. It was just you and PD.
So I definitely think that there was a big challenge this year. I think it was definitely easier last year when I went in grade 11. The big thing for me, though, was maximizing my time when I had it. So, for example, if we go to rudder plot, you've got 2 hours total on the bus in the day. So that's already 2 hours of work that you're getting. So as long as you're not getting too car sick, you must try to get some work in. I know at some point I started speaking to my phone for so it could type for me because I couldn't look down anymore. But I think it's just about maximizing your time where you can, knowing you don't have time to faff, and just really using the opportunities you can. And also, like, I know at some point I had a really rough week at school, and then I knew I couldn't do my extra core and stretching for rowing that week. So I chatted to my coach, Caitlin, and we just said, like, sleep is also important. So if you're going to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're doing something wrong and we need to adjust something. So I think it's important not to let one or the other give and not have to choose between them. So I think as long as you manage your time well, it's completely doable. It's hard, obviously, but you got to make sacrifices for doing what you love. So,
where did this love of rowing come from?
I've always loved water sports. Like, my family goes down to Stillby, and we paddle and we sail and we swim in the lagoon. So when I was presented with this opportunity as a grade 7, like going into St. Mary's, I was so excited to just really take it and go on their August camp. And since then, I've always loved it. It's such an amazing sport. It's great to be out in the water, to be working with your crew, get your body moving. And I think it's just like it really embodies all the things that I love, like sports and team and the outdoors. So it's really just everything.
I understand that the nickname for your boat is PD, which is Setswana for duck, but I understand that a duck is quite a theme when it comes to yourself and rowing. Why is that?
So initially the duck was introduced to me by my mother. I was going into my first ever boat race as an under 16. I was the first under 16 to ever row in a St. Mary's boat, and I was very nervous, but my coxswain Tenji was also there, and she was the first ever cox as an under 16, an under 16 St. Mary's cox. So I was really nervous, and my mom gave me this little squeaky duck as an emotional support, and it still lives in my bag. It still comes with me everywhere. And I think one thing that my coach always says to me is you need to be like a duck, calm and unruffled on the surface, but paddling like a demon underneath. So I think it was just reminding me that you need to push hard, but push hard well. So it comes from family support. It comes from how I want to race. It comes from a lot of different things. I think it's just really central to my rowing at the moment. So I decided to name my boat something unique to me. I feel everyone goes with like strong, brave, warrior, and I thought, like, why not throw in something that's just for me? So
how did you deal with the pressure that you were under going into the race in Canada 2 weeks ago?
I was really nervous, but I was trying to control the controllables. So knowing what I could do, what could I do? I could go to sessions and do them as well as I could. I could eat as well as possible. I could sleep and I could have downtime and talk to my teammates and speak to my family. And it's just like knowing that there's only so much you can do. And I think my family was very supportive in the sense that they all sent me messages and they would say, good luck. And they would mention that they're proud of me already and I don't owe them anything. And I think that was such an integral part because I think one thing is being scared to disappoint your coach, disappoint your family, disappoint your teammates, and disappoint yourself. So if you're already fighting expectations you have on yourself, it's great to know, like, even my coach, Coach Caitlin Day, she said, like, you can just do your best. Like, I mustn't worry about letting her down. And I think, like, that really helped me, just knowing that people had my back no matter how I did. And it just gave me the opportunity to really succeed.
After tasting international success, what is the next goal when it comes to rowing?
I am hopefully going to row for university next year. I'm not quite sure where that may be. Um, Either in South Africa or overseas, I don't know yet, but definitely keeping the rowing going and then hopefully one day rowing for the national squad and going to the Olympics.